Hello, we're The Enemy. You're at Tina Park 2012 and you're watching NME.com. I think the reaction we've got from Streets in the Sky so far, it's been beyond what we expected. We had 2 years out. We took a year off and then a year to make the album, and you expect to come back and no one really care who you are, but it's been the opposite. We've had, from the fans, we've had so much support, and we made a good album. We really worked really hard to make a properly strong album that it'd be very hard to criticise, and it's gone top 10, which is all we ever wanted when we set out making it. You have 2 years off. If you can come back without radio and have a top 10 record, then you've got some real fans there. We ended up being a little bit too political on the second album because all the media in England is just located in London. So the north of England, well, the Midlands upwards, was experiencing this recession that wealthy London wasn't, and they just didn't get us on the first album. So it's just as a reaction on the second, we're kind of trying to shake a bit of sense into them. And now everyone knows, the economy's fucked and we're all in the shit, and it's kind of like we don't need to shake them anymore and go, this is going wrong, and everyone knows what state the country's in. So since we don't need to do that, we'll go back to doing what we do best, which is, making great tunes. I think the first 4 months were spent remembering how to write songs, because we'd literally had a year off. I think we felt that it got to a point where not just our band, but all bands were just completely oversaturated in the UK and on radio, and we were just like, we just want to have a break, and we want to break from each other. And so we took a bit of time off, and when we came back to write again, it was kind of, how do you write a song? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's pretty much 3 chords with our band, but still, how do you do it? Do you know what I mean? And it was kind of, it was finding that Enemy sound and working out how to make us sound like us, and then when we found that we were just away. It was partly a decision to jump into writing new material again, but I think partly it's just because I don't think we ever want another year off, definitely not another 2 years. It's just, we love doing this, and when you have that amount of time off, just before the record was released, we just wanted to get out on tour. It's what we love doing, and it's been so long since we've done it. I don't think we ever want to have that break again. We just want to keep putting out great albums. They've got to be great, I'm not going to rush albums out for the sake of it, but
it keeps us ahead of the game, doesn't it? It keeps us excited as well.
And I don't want to keep the fans waiting, because they've blown me away with this. Literally, we've had a top 10 album without any help from radio, with limited help from the media. The reason we've had a top 10 album is because of the fans. Entertaining TV is brilliant until it starts affecting another industry, and this has a direct effect on the music industry. If you want to put an album out as a creative musician, whether you're us, whether you're bands that I don't like, whether you're better than us, it doesn't fucking matter. This isn't an enemy thing. This is if you're a creative musician and you want to put an album out, you've got to look which week in the year you can do it without Simon Cowell monopolising it, because otherwise you can guarantee whoever he's releasing is going to go to number 1, and that's not a level playing field. When you've got someone who can put billions of pounds behind promoting an artist versus a new unsigned band, who's going to win? It's just not a level playing field.